Hey man, I just want to tell you one thing. Listen, there was one time when Walter Paul came in the house and he cooked some herpy chemistry and he had brought some food in the house, right? Let me tell you something. If a person was a gunshot, like literal like a bullet, you ever imagine people in the military and the army shooting people and picking up the shell casing? There's a reason for that. If a person if a person shoots somebody and they're sick and they have a herpes chemistry or some type of sickness and they use an element of a social economics of their higher of their quality of their habitation to do something, don't you gotta clean the weapon? It's just like you ever had doctors that pull out shell casings in individuals? Did they clean the shell casings that they pulled out the individual? Then on top of it, say if a person did something like in the military and rapid fire and all type of things, what's gonna happen in the paradigm reflecting in the element and on top of it being from a social economic system? What is it? I remember I made cults, so I know what I'm speaking about. I made gold cults, silver cults, green foster, green gold cults, chrome cults, pink cults, for pink gold cults, sky blue gold cults. I made all type of cults for, all type of cults. You know what I'm saying? Chrome silver cults. I made all type of cults. The little revolver gun. I made all types. Now, imagine somebody shoots somebody. Now, doesn't the element penetrate their habitation if they were sick, if they had a sickness? So what's gonna happen in the paradigm of time if a person's doing a certain type of element magic at a point? Do you know where that person got the shell casing from? Do you know anything about the situation? If a person did some type of, you ever seen the movie with Frank Rod's Rabbit when the guns were being shot and then the individuals had to follow, imagine physics, you had to follow physics in rapid fire. Now, what's gonna happen in the now imagine following physics and like I said in rapid fire. Now this I'm the real situation. This phone stopped. I just restarted again. Now what happened to individuals and then they put on the charger? Something popped up on the screen. I had to press a button and it would start over again. But it didn't start over. I just continued from where I was speaking. Now imagine following the physics of rapid fire in the physical reality. What is gonna happen if you following the physics? If you hit somebody that's sick, what is going to be, say you do some type of social economic magical mythology, doesn't the empress of the social economic system of the element empress, ain't she going to reflect upon the time of a sickness a certain type of way? Walter Paul came in the house with a sickness one time, and then I had to manhandle him in the driveway, and everybody thought I was wrong for that. The lady in the house said, "Oh, this, that, and the other, so so." He actually said something kind of fresh, and he was playing around, but I played around with him a certain type of way to let him know, don't ever play with me like that. I'm very serious. Listen, look at me. My lips is wonderful, real pain. I showed him, don't ever play with me like that, ever in the physical reality, ever in the paradigm of time. So if a person is doing some element science, and then say for instance they happen to uh me, I'm different. So say for instance they happen to like say for instance they happen to do some form of element science and then of the astrological empress. And then they're using the magic of the astrological empress. She has a paradigm, an atmosphere. Ain't it gonna show up in the system repeatedly a certain type of way if one is not precise in their habitation to know the precise orientation of the order of the habitation? And some people are not permitted to know something like that if they do something wrong. Another person knows how to handle that situation or look or view upon that situation when they're acknowledging or the receptiveness of the quality of the reason of one's habitation a certain type of way in the physical, right? So it shows a certain type of equality with other concerning another individual a certain type of way because the empress got to know herself. And if somebody does something off a certain type of way, the empress might just have a viewpoint a certain type of way concerning them when it comes to their equality. So now, if a person does something, it's like say for instance he shot somebody, and then he came home with the food and stuff. Did he realize what he was eating to a certain type of way? Did he realize what he intake in his own habitation that even endangered his life at a time? It's like a hollow tip or all type of funny situation. A weapon that could have not been clean, could have been in a trunk, could have been in somebody's gym bag, could have been in somebody's could have been in somebody's dirty boxes, could have been somebody that's had sex, sat somewhere, leaned up on something, some dirty water splashed on them, could have been something in the trash, could have been anything. But I knew that day when he came home with that chemistry, he did it more than once. The reaction was so serious that I had to call even the police. Hey, another person would say I was wrong for it. Then I'm telling individuals dark matter, one absorption, the voiding of something, the absorbing, and him being brown skin, absorbing the natural habitation. He's in the fucking basement. The quality of certain other things, then the fucking place is flooding. Then all type of funny things are happening. Individuals not being sanitary and clean. The niggas every day cleaning Jewish schools. Multiple every fucking day in a Jewish school, cleaning the bathrooms, cleaning the fucking Jewish school. Then he comes home with herpes chemistry and some food one day. That doesn't make sense. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm going to walk around to go see what's causing that at times to stay away from the nigga. The nigga is like he's moving carelessly, like he doesn't care about himself and certain time. I don't know to do with it. Then as I'm walking in the street, I'm looking at the people's oxygen trees. They got exposed trees. I'm looking at niggas like, yo, I get the fuck out of here. Oh man, let me tell you something. Some people in my family think I care about certain things. Yo, listen, if my wife doesn't give a fuck, I got mad wives, man. I don't give a fuck. It's like my wife daughter has this attitude like she don't give a fuck. I That's my literal wife. I don't like stuck up people. I don't like prissy people. Being sassy is something else, but I don't like prissy. I, I don't like prissy people. When a person says, "What you mean, like sassy, prissy people?" It's called a sassy prissy. But if you prissy sassy, is a different thing. But if you sassy prissy, like you don't give a fuck, like you don't give a shit about people, then that's something else. It I don't like stuck up people. Stuck up people, people that devalue or demoralize people a certain type of way when it comes to certain acknowledgement of habitation. Because some people don't know how to conduct themselves, and just because they might be of a dignity, they don't know what's going on, and then they want to devalue somebody. It's just like having a elder and then devaluing the reason of the conscience. That's how you know somebody's on drugs. I don't like certain type of people. And to tell you the truth, I could live anywhere. I'm different from everybody. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't, I don't go to my family for anything. My attitude will cause individuals to already go to jail. And my wife, she probably be moving like she don't give. Yo, listen, if my wife, yo, when my wife has her boyfriend and shit, and then she has somebody that's doing something for her a certain type of way, I give her and her boyfriend space because at the end of the day, she's gonna realize that person she gave importance is gonna be the person that kills her. There's something that happened to my wife a certain type of way a long time ago, where even rape sceneries happen a certain type of way. And when you see a chick, even of the higher empress, not caring about their habitation, there's no helping that type of situation. There was one time I went certain things with my wife. It was like when I was Scrooge. it was like they used to call me Scrooge McDuck and shit, because I'm the Emperor Ming and stuff. So they used to call me McDuck and stuff, because I'm Mick. I'm the Mick himself. So I'm Ming Ice. I'm the real Ming Ice himself. C.I. Ming, the crown of the Eye of the Ming. I'm I'm the one himself, the one and only. The Melchizedek. Sea ice melon. Mela. Also meaning might, secrecy, regard. Yo, listen, let me explain something to you. When my wife doesn't give a fuck about me, I'm the real Melchizedek, man. I'm the literal one. When my wife doesn't give a fuck about me, I don't give a fuck. I have this. I'm already a certain type of way, set to a certain type of value for a certain type of acknowledgement, because when asked me to have a form of remorse and gratitude for individuals' reality, a certain type of way. Reasons being not because of Dawn Talk, my other wife. So when she's gonna try, listen, when my wife acts like I'm speaking about Dawn Talk, when my wife acts like she don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck either, because I'm already her head, and I get aggravated easily, and then on her acting ignorant, it makes the situation even worse, even in the physical reality, because I'm already the reason of her conscience. So now I'm gonna be real, like say for instance, like you see what happened when she almost got raped a certain type of way one time, right? What would happen in the paradigm of time in acknowledgement? Like, say I don't give a fuck about something a certain type of way, me and her getting an argument. That's gonna be bad for her habitation, because wherever she's going, she's gonna end up in a bad situation. Because it's just like if me and her argue, she's gonna be the one in the worst situation than me, because if something ends up happening to me, is gonna happen like triple fold to her, a certain type of way. And then on top of it, if I'm already mad at her, something bad is gonna happen to her naturally, because her conscience, my nervous system is already disregarding her reason of her habitation, and I'm the beginning of her existence. So it's even worse to habitate. It's just like she go out there, she could probably end up being around people that probably tried to rape her or murder her at a time. That's why you see in Asian people, because this is why my children a certain type of way, they had to learn the reason of honor, because they have to love the habitation, and I'm the emperor of all love. So there's a difference in the physical reality. If a person doesn't love themselves a certain type of way, I'm the reason of your existence. Whoever you are, no matter what legacy or lineage you from, what dignity or signature or stature of reason of your honor, or whatever honor you think you're from, and because I'm the reason existence himself, the reason that you even have a signature or historical any event or education in any social economics. So I just don't give a fuck. So you think about that in a paradigm of time. You wonder why Sin City, because other people did things to me, and I'm already fighting the force of existence a certain type of way in my natural habitation, because I had to come back. Nobody saved my life. I saved my own life. It's not like somebody could save I had to save my own life. I'm the beginning of all life. I had to save my own life for everybody to be able to live. And then the frustration, and then it's like dealing with the stress on top. That's like my life is beyond what another individual could even go through. Another person will break down and be weak to other people's ignorance or negligence of habitation just to get a form of reality, like on some Illuminati people selling their soul. I can't do that. I'm life himself. So could you imagine how I'm already feeling? And then the things The things I already did conquering life. Listen, man. This is why I want to go far away from this earth. There's like, I gotta get far out this zone of the space that I'm in. The Triple Crown Emperor zone that I put the I'm obligated, but I put the natural access of the gravitational zone in a certain space, quantum reality. So I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end up moving the space soon because it don't make no sense being in the Triple Crown space a certain type of way. Look what time it is. It's 2019. Man. Everything I told you tonight was talk, man. Oh man. So right now it's January 22nd, 2019. It was so real just now. I felt so disgusted with Caucasian, white people, and Asian people. I just started looking in forms of depth of value and the forms of natural habitation, uh, of natural nurturement, a certain type of way. And my mind is going towards like, it feels like my mind is going towards a depth reality, and I'm trying to veer my mind going from a depth reality a certain type of way. This is why I'm in recovery also because it might not be a good thing for people. It's like you see why my wives listen when I was really known as Zeus at the time, right? And my wives had to chain me because the things I was doing, I was already whipping everybody's ass. Endless pussy. I'm the beginning of all physics. My fierceness was so much that the physics was too much for my wives. They were like, "Oh my God, you're my nigga. You're my nigga." They were like, "You're my nigga. Slow down, man. We're gonna die if you continue like this, my nigga." I'm like, "What you mean? You know how much kids I got? You see all the things I'm already dealing with? What you mean gonna die? I can't stop. You see, I've already seen things happen to me. You telling me stop? Why are you telling me stop? You should have. Certain things shouldn't even happen for him to even to tell me to stop, or certain things shouldn't even been happening or conducting a certain type of way for her to even have that type of for us to be in that type of situation for them to tell me to stop. Even in the jewel magic, I was telling them like, yo, you shouldn't tell me stop now. Because now this is what it has to be. And then they didn't understand that. Because I had to conquer the situation. I'm the beginning of physics. So they have to learn the reason of honor of one's order. Another person's when I never had sexual intent a certain type of way. I already have so much kids. I was whooping my kids' ass. Then on top of it, the biohazard debris of the negligence of the energy that they were already messing with. So you listen, I made solar systems, galaxies, universes, space zones, quantum zones, and everything when I was making my wife and giving them Earths and planets and atmospheres, moons, suns, and everything. Yo, my nigga, the energy I was already combating to put in order for them was beyond serious, my nigga. My nigga, the physics, you wouldn't understand forming a habitation of reality. It's like you have to be learning about Jedi. You have to learn about Jedi magic, the Force, and all type of things in the physical reality doing certain things because I'm already conquered everything. I'm just recovering a certain type of way. For my wife and for my children's habitation at a certain, you wouldn't believe what I'm really doing. Like how I should be treated right now is gonna be a shame when another person realize, because not only am I gonna want to turn my back on them at the time, I'm never gonna want to see them for such a long time. If they ever see me again, it's gonna be a miracle if you ever see me a certain type of way again. If you ever see me a certain type of way, or if you ever see me. Let me show you. Am I good? Yes. I don't. I don't have time for individuals' ignorance a certain time. I don't like. I'm not humbling myself to speak to nobody. If a person doesn't know how to be delightful and polite to me, I don't care. You know, it's just like whatever. You know, it's like I don't kiss people ass. I can't do certain things because I don't want certain things done to me a certain type of way. So I don't do certain things to certain people. So when they do certain things to me, it's already like, you know, it feels like I should just, you know, probably collapsing their habitation of their reality when it feels enough for a certain type of way sometimes. So for me not to do that because I don't want to hurt certain individuals away, I just humble myself and I try to ignore the situation. But by doing that type of way, I don't do martial arts a certain type of way. I don't practice it in my habitation a certain type of way because when I'm doing it, I have to have like a natural conducting flow of reality, a certain type of way of momentum of the way I'm moving. And because me recovering right now, it wouldn't be a good thing to do that around individuals because I don't want to complicate individuals' reality a certain type of way. So I humble myself until the moment of my life goes right back into the highest equality it's supposed to be. But another person's not gonna realize the detrimental importance of this until they learn the reason of their social education and their physics and the reason of their social education for physics. So I don't get into this. They have to really be a part of international security and a real doctor and an educator in life to know how to important. It's just like being a doctor and not being tired of the physical reality of what one is natural habitation of love, of endurance, of keeping higher quality and the efficacy of social economic conduct, revenue and currency flowing and rejuvenating all cycles for all futures of the clock. I don't get into stuff with other people. It's just I don't do it. You see, I come up with the wonderful economic ideas and things how to handle situations, but I don't get into stuff. It's like I don't have time to really get into it because I already been through. I could have been far right now in my life, but because of the people that I was around was of a certain depth, and all they wanted to do was just dig into people's pockets and not care, because they were going, they're already in a, they were, it's like brandishing a gun, and they reflected at a point of depth reality of a reason of a brandish, and they just all was moving in the unison of the reason, and just all trying to. You ever had people just trying to jump into one reason, moving as a unit, or a certain like a military platoon, and then they just going off of one depth of one glory moment a certain type of way, and following the habitation of that glory moment to the depth of the reality, trying to recur it in the paradigm of time because they're trying to keep the physics in the order a certain type of way, but the way they're moving is causing a certain type of reality. And a man that I done surpass that reality on so many other levels and so many other different things that I can't move a certain type of way like they're moving because I'm not gonna get caught up in a form of a certain type of ignorance. That it's not ignorance in a way, but to others on a higher quality, it was already ignorance for the situation. And then you have individuals moving a certain type of way. So it's just like one form of all individuals moving in one type of way, and then I conquered that level for the reason of the more broader view of the reality, the reason why I did it. But everybody's moving in the same. So is this going to cause a ultimate clash, like the clash of the titans? And then individuals are going to wonder why. And I tried to tell individuals ahead of time, look, this is why social economics. Everybody got to learn to do something different, a certain type of way. There's a reason of high order, and then this is why I had so many children, because a man says if one is indulgent, there got to be a point of reality where an individual can see the difference, so one can know the reason of a certain movement for the quality for one to be able to get over on a situation or to be able to adjust their reality to more comfortability of higher quality where it wouldn't cause a traumatic or detrimental situation. But then if you have people moving into one depth of one reflection of value or of a depth of a reason, another person's journey in life is endless a certain type of way. If certain things aren't around, what are you gonna cause them? You can't be a bad mechanic. This is why I used to tell people watch the vows you take a certain type. But another person, yeah, and they used to take vows. I used to be like, yo, at a certain time, there's ain't gonna be a reason for that, man. I'm gonna have to put you somewhere if that's the case, man. If something happens, I'll just call you at a time when you really need it a certain type of way. But don't get mad when I have to put you back somewhere a certain type of way because all you about is a certain type of thing because that's all you learn. You can't really learn another lesson a certain type of way because the way you want it to be set a certain type of way because of what a person was going to go through. Another person said if the things were different a certain type of way and I was somewhere else, I probably could have did something different for you. But because I'm like this is like the complication of the times the thing I was speaking about. Like, I see this is going to happen to me. Yo, you got to hold me down a certain type of. And then a person's like, yeah. And they were so real to say, yeah, yeah. But now, look at my situation. Now I'm like, yo, listen, I got to be on another thing. This has even changed the reality a certain type of way. Now it's like, oh, man. A man doesn't want to watch something a little bit of the last of what he have a certain type of way to lose it or put it away because of the stupidity of other people that cause the ignorance. And now when there's not too much of a situation left, there's only a little bit of something else. And I don't want to endanger it by losing what the rest of what I have because another person tried to chess me the situation a certain type of way and to get a certain person in position to do something, and then things that don't happen with people at a certain time. So the way people are moving is different from what I'm thinking and how. I don't want to get into it. It's just like whatever. I'm out. I don't give a fuck. You know, you, well, I'm gonna be real. Youngberg. I hope he's learning his lesson. Another person says, what happened? They wanted certain people in jail. Another nigga on Avenue on Flatbush every day coming to me, put, put, put the door, close, lock the door, please. Like he's telling me lock the door, like he do some magic or tell him lock the door, and then something else is going on. Then you got other individuals of other young bird and other different actual then you got this girl Natanya Reed I'm looking at. Then I'm like, then you got other chicks I'm looking at a certain type of way, and I'm like,